By now, you may have already seen how a Karen acts in court, but what we have for you today is far from the usual. We're taking a look at some of the most entitled criminals acting like absolute Karens in the courtroom, which usually happens after they hear something like this.
Court is going to sentence you to life in the Colorado Department of Corrections with no possibility of parole.
First up is William Demopolis. William of Barrera, Ohio, is sent to trial for criminal damaging, unauthorized use of a vehicle, as well as obstructing justice.
Give me that phone. What's in that phone you don't want us to find?
Nothing. I just didn't see no need for you guys to confiscate my phone and go through it. I mean...
And you play by your rules. You don't want to play by anybody else's rules.
Right off the bat, the judge is already furious with Demopolis as he refuses to give over his phone to a probation officer.
When the judge hands the phone to a clerk, the defendant starts to retreat.
Come here. Hey. Come here.
No, man. No, man, this is not right, man. I'm telling you, this is not right. Your system is so messed up.
Stand there. If you're going to act up, give me an officer. Give me an officer.
Please, please.
No.
It doesn't have to be like this.
I'm right now thinking about charging you with resistance.
Please, it doesn't have to be like this, John.
Stand there and stand like a man.
I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Then you're going to go to jail today.
Now, you'd think William here would pull himself together after that threat, but instead, he does something no one saw coming. Next, we head on over to Las Vegas, Nevada, where Joshua Martinez was charged for driving with a suspended license. Seems like a pretty minor case. Well, not for Martinez, who just couldn't accept his fault and continues to try and dig out legal details of the case.
With having a suspended driver's license on April 12th. What is your plea, sir?
Just I have a couple questions before we proceed. I don't understand the nature and cause of the charges.
Well, you're charged with driving on a suspended, canceled, or revoked driver's license.
Is there a sworn statement against me or injured party?
I believe you probably received a citation on April 12th. That would be the criminal complaint filed against you.
Okay, and is there a injured party or damage to property here against
It's charge brought by the city of Las Vegas, sir.
Okay, so the city's the victim in the case?
The city is the, yes,
victim?
the charging part.
So they're the victim.
I'm not too sure what's going through Martinez's head to make him think that talking back to the judge is a good idea, but it gets even more intense.
What is your plea on
If the city is the,
Mr. Martinez,
if they are the
today is your
victim,
Mr.
I would like
Martinez,
to
I am in
move
charge
this
of
to
this
a federal
courtroom, and
court.
you're going to stop it.
We are in charge of the courtroom.
Marshal, would you show Mr. Martinez the inside of our holding tank, please? You're not going to tell me who's in charge of my courtroom, Mr. Martinez. Go ahead and go with the marshal. That is direct contempt of court.
You are in contempt.
After spending 20 minutes in the holding cell, Martinez returns to receive his final hearing.
Mr. Martinez, since you have informed me that I am in contempt of court and that you are in fact in charge of this courtroom, I'm going to go ahead and sentence you today to direct contempt of court. I will give you an opportunity to apologize if you choose to do so and behave in a manner that I consider appropriate for a courtroom. Would you like to do that today, Mr. Martinez?
What would I be
It is a
apologizing?
yes or a no question.
What would I be apologizing
For
for?
your direct contempt of court, sir.
All I was asking was legal questions, ma'am.
I disagree, sir. I'm going to ask you the question one more time. Did you wish to apologize and proceed in a manner I consider appropriate in this courtroom or not? Okay. Direct contempt. I'm going to sentence him to 15 days in jail. Okay, thank you.
The Sixth Amendment grants me that.
Sir, I would suggest you stop speaking now.
Up next, we have another courtroom male Karen located in Racine, Wisconsin, who was convicted of 16 charges against his own family members, as well as reckless endangerment. Rika definitely was not having it as he showed up to the courtroom with this to say.
Your idea, America? Huh? You got me looking like a clown? Stupid punk. Merrick. You! Here we go! Yeah! You! Yeah! Yeah! I'm killing all you Wayne. I got your address, Wayne Merrick. I got your home address. I got address. I got address. And I'm having you all
looks like Sean went straight at it with no time to waste. Attacking the judge and screaming at the top of his lungs, he had the entire courtroom in silence and utter disbelief.
Gonna do about it either. You know why? Because this is a state that doesn't have the death penalty. You're gonna sentence me to life? Don't give a Don't give a I'm getting mine, you
Not only does he come after the judge as best as he can, but Rika then directs his evil wrath towards the prosecutor.
You this that I'm punk.
Mr. Right Shirt, are you?
What the you want?
Take him out.
Later.
After all this screaming, Rika was sentenced to 200 years behind bars, if, of course, he lives that long. In Wichita, Kansas now, we have Michael Gates. Gates is in court convicted of battery against a law enforcement officer. Well, Michael really didn't think he did anything wrong here and continues to act like a Karen towards the judge.
All the evidence shows that you deliberately
I know
the words were that you deliberately were hawking up.
I didn't hawk up no saliva, okay? That's and you're gonna believe those lies. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't hawk up no saliva. You gonna believe a lie because they wearing uniform.
This judge clearly isn't taking the language and decides to bring in some order to the proceedings.
It's like evening. You ain't gotta scream at me. You gonna raise your voice at me?
Oh my God.
Gates does not appear to be backing down from the judge, but wait until you hear what he has in store for Assistant DA O'Connor.
You raise your voice to me, I raise my voice to you. You just in a road.
I appreciate Mr. Gaines making my point for me.
You punk.
Very well received.
Maggot mother.
And I don't think I have to take insults from
I know. You. He's
a tough guy now. But I think
you'll be a after I get sentenced,
I think Mr. Gaines is forfeited to me.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. You punk.
I'm talking.
You.
Take out of the courtroom.
He's a maggot.
You're a tough guy.
He's a maggot, punk. Should've. He's a baby. Maggot.
Anytime, Mr. Gaines.
Shut up, punk. He's a maggot. Should've died. He's a baby. Stillborn.
After this incident, the judge decided to extend Gates' sentence from 10 to 13 years. Now that was a quick 3 years. Next, we head down to my home, Australia, where Daniel Nicholson, 35-year-old father of 4, had been out on bail after receiving a sentence for firearm charges in South Australia, Adelaide. It looks like Daniel was about done with his time in the legal system because what he does is unbelievable.
I revoke bail. No, you can stop. Take the seat.
Miss, please, miss.
Please, miss. I'll show you what please, miss is.
Nicholson picks up on the cues and realizes he's probably going to be sent to prison, so he takes a dangerous move in an attempt to bail himself out of the situation.
Don't do anything silly.
Nicholson pleaded guilty after putting on this show and stated he was under the influence of meth and had a freakout. He claims that he wasn't being himself, and well, this just got the man in even more trouble. He was sentenced to 21 months in prison with parole eligibility after 1 year. Now, we head over to Orlando, Florida. Dale Roy Greenman is in court after being put on bond for theft charges. He was accused of stealing a pack of cigarettes, a lighter, and a Gatorade from a 7-Eleven. He's charged with petty theft and has a $250 bond, and it doesn't look like Greenman was happy with his charges.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name, please?
Hello, Your Honor.
State your name.
Mr. Greenman.
Can you tell me your name?
Greenman.
The court hearing appears to begin rather calmly, but as things go on, we see the real Karen come out of Dale.
So, Mr. Greenman, you have prior history out of state, and so the state may enhance this offense to a felony based on your prior. So I can't do anything with your case today. I am gonna appoint the public defender for you.
That's horse. You do whatever the you want.
Excuse me?
My name is Mr. Greenman. I'm the federal witness of the United States federal government. I demand some respect, you. Let's get a jam round along, y'all. did and figure out what you're
All right,
doing.
he can be removed once y'all get him out.
Now.
Greenman goes off on that judge, and the rest is history. He faced a $1,000 bond and was released on good behavior not so long after. Thanks for watching, we'll see you later.